This is Spezzano and Sandy's startup from concept to cash. From concept to cash.
Okay, that's it. That's why here we are Thursday mornings. Usually we try to do this right around this time with Brandon T. Adams and guests in the studio. Last break, Brianna's in from
Brilliant Repairs. Yes.
And we have her
Cooley.
friend. Yeah.
What's
It's all
up?
about network. Hey, Chris, how are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. Why are you in doing what you're doing? And tell us about the why, this whole thing.
The why is crazy. So I've had a bunch of different ventures. This is the most purposeful one I've ever.
Here, go in there.
But this is the most purposeful. Sorry, I'm getting used to this.
Sorry.
Yeah. So like literally, this is kind of crazy, but I had a dream, like this divine dream.
Yeah.
And in the dream, there was this whole story laid out about me and my friend Tony. Tony has cerebral palsy, but it all kind of culminated subconsciously, right? So my background as an entrepreneur, like, and the dream was like make Tony into a comic book superhero because like his weakness is his superpower, right?
Yeah, right.
And then this like oracle in the dream gave me this like book and said make a comic book out of him.
Oh, cool.
And use AI to do it because then he can participate, right?
Oh my gosh.
So
That's a
I had
pretty
never
detailed dream.
I had never made and that's the thing. I woke up at like 2 a.m. and spent 3 hours like I'd never used AI like that. So I started using AI. Like, how do I write a comic book? Never wrote a comic book.
Yeah.
So this was
That's
last
wild.
May. And now we have this company, and we're doing all kinds of workshops.
This is okay. Promptingpositivity.com.
Promptingpositivity.com.
Promptingpositivity.com. You got to see the graphics in these comic
I
books
got
are
one right
awesome.
here. Look it.
Yeah.
Okay, this is so wild. So
Nice.
Brandon T. Adams is on with us,
Hi,
like
Brandon.
he is for Spezzano and Sandy's
Hello.
startup
What's
from
up,
concept
Brandon?
to cash. He is a business advisor, a video marketing strategist, an Emmy award-winning producer. But this is what he does: is he takes businesses and he scales them or gives them a different perspective, a viewpoint.
Yeah.
And I know this is very important for you, Chris, because you are well versed in the world of entrepreneurial, right? You know how important it is to make connections and whatnot. So that's why we invited you in.
Yeah,
and
it's beautiful.
Yeah. So if anybody listening as well has some way to help out Chris, let us know.
Okay, so your friend Tony has cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
Now, are you working with other people with disabilities to turn them into? Are you in workshops?
Yeah.
Tell us more about that.
Yeah,
What's the
so
business
we
part?
coupled up with as part of this, it was like we're learning how to do this on the fly, right? So we did a workshop. I was like, I need to just get people like introduced to what we're doing and show them how we're doing this. So we opened it up to a couple people in our network, and shout out to Rock Growth, like, which is a networking group. Like we do.
Is that your fault, Bree?
That's how I got to know Brianna.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so we've partnered up with the Central Library. They have a digital media learning lab down there. It's
okay.
free use for kids. And the guy who runs it's amazing. His name's Jeff. I just lost the.
It's all right.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So anyway, yeah, so I was like, look, I want to introduce other people. Maybe we'll find other talented people who can help us write. Because at the time, we did a Kickstarter for this.
Okay.
So we raised like $6,000 on a
Nice.
Kickstarter.
Okay.
To produce it. And I was like, we don't have a writer. So that was part of the thing that I wanted to pay for.
Right.
And so we did a workshop. A bunch of people came out of it. This dude, Jelani, he's a writer, amazing. He came out and like did the workshop and was like, yo, I'm in. Like, let me write. So he helped write this.
Oh,
So
wow,
what's
that's
the
great.
business
cool.
side of it?
Yeah,
It's
how
a
you make
cool
money.
idea,
Yeah,
but what's
so
the-
we've been paid to run these workshops, and you asked who we're doing this with. It's like, so we've had people range from like 12 years old all the way through 73. We've had like 40 something people run through these workshops, and we're partnering up with nonprofits to run these. So it's like a work for hire thing.
So
We run the kids through it, and
the workshop is, hey, let's make a comic book. You can have your very own comic book.
Yeah,
and we're
that's
going to
the
help you
point.
design it and create it.
the
That's
idea
the
is
workshop.
that
Okay,
like
okay.
real people get vulnerable, tell their stories. So this is like a form of art therapy in a way. But like the underlying thing is like we're also teaching them job skills and using AI and new technology. It's just like part of the process. you know?
Fascinating.
So like
Wow.
we're working with 8 teenagers right now through a nonprofit program at the library. And they're doing like there's another book that I brought around, but they have characters. So they learn how to build the characters, and then we'll be doing it consistently, and
Oh my
they'll be
And
producing
they-
comics.
They become the superhero in the comic.
Yeah, and
That's
we're
cool.
also the
That's
goal
pretty
is,
sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. The goal is to hire them.
Okay.
I mean, they're going to be the ones that are on the cutting edge of this stuff.
Does anything come to mind right now, Brandon, that you're like, oh my gosh, any advice?
Well, I have so many questions. I want to know where you want to go with this. I mean, congrats, by the way, everything you're doing and supporting your friend as well. What's the plan with the workshop? Like, where are you going to take this?
Yeah, so the plan is to scale that. I mean, right now, I see the workshops came about because of making this book, right? And so we're working right now on creating a year's worth of content so that we can launch a digital platform to like get memberships. So there's a membership revenue stream that's attached to this. But we want to lower the cost, obviously. But we need content to be able to do that. So we're working.
What's the cost now?
The comic book?
Yeah.
No, what's the cost of the workshop?
The workshop. So it's a per person fee. So it's $450 per person. It's 3 different sessions. Like, so we do 3 2-hour workshop sessions.
Okay.
And then.
So how are you getting the people in the room?
That's through the nonprofit partners. So they already are working with some of these folks. What's amazing is that people can be teed up to do this work. Like what I've found is that if you ask people to get really vulnerable and you never met them before, they're like, yeah, dude, no.
Yeah, no. I don't know.
Like they'll fill out these forms. We have these forms that people enter, and then we tie it to AI.
Yeah.
So there's an automation, so they get a story created immediately after they fill out this form.
Oh, that's cool.
So they get like a comic, and then there's another one that we have where they can fill out a drop-down menu, and then it pumps out a character visual, emails them visual.
So is your goal to just align yourself with a whole bunch of non-for-profit organizations that can say, hey, here are people,
while we build out the actual content platform, right? So like I can go out, work with nonprofits and get enough of a runway to pay everybody and to build all the things that we want to build.
Yeah.
But it's all, I mean, Brandon knows, it's about being resourceful, right? Like,
it's,
I
just want to say, I mean, kudos what you're doing, man. I love seeing entrepreneurs like yourself that are helping people, doing good with things, especially as workshops. And I love, like, I'm on my 3rd event in 6 days. I'm doing 2 events a week. I'm doing workshops. And I'm thinking now, like, for you, when you say scale, because for me, like, we spend a lot of money on paid advertising and we drive people to a sales team and then they qualify them. This is a little different case for yours.
Yeah.
But that would be my question to you, because I think it'd be good for the listeners to really hear the next step of how you, and when I mean scale, let's say you're getting 5 people per workshop. How can you get 25 people per workshop per week and get 100 people a month and then scale it from there? So what is in your mind, how you're going to get to, and I'm just putting a number, but let's say it's 25 per week per workshop and you grow it from there. What's your plan on getting there?
Yeah, we had this, like, I know I'm on the radio, so I'm not going to swear. There's like,
but thank you.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
There's like,
aha moment, you mean? Okay.
It's more of an oh no moment. Where it's like, oh wow, we're like really helping these kids. They're like
crap moment.
Yeah,
crap. Okay.
You tell me what I can say on the
That's
radio.
about it.
Sure.
Yeah,
So like, I had this like, but it was also an aha, right? It's like we're doing it with 8 kids, to your point, and like this is a lot of work. Like we're constantly moving around. I got the team. Tony's there for helping facilitate. Like, it's like it's a scramble in a way.
Yeah.
So what we decided is that we're gonna record a bunch of the content, because a lot of it can be automated.
Oh, sure.
And then put it into like a membership site, right?
Yeah.
So that people can log in, and then they take that, and then we can do like a monthly Zoom where they can come in and ask questions, and we actually build the characters. So like we can basically scale that, right?
Brandon.
There's so many possibilities with this. This is insane.
What do you think about that?
Could there be like you have the comic book? Could there be like an NFT kind of digital part of this, because you have the superheroes?
Totally. Yeah.
Is that still a thing? NFTs?
It's still a thing.
Yeah.
It's still a
I don't
thing.
hear much about them anymore.
One of the things that we're thinking about doing, and I'm going down this path with the group out of Buffalo, actually, they make tags, like scannable tags in clothing. So what we're thinking about doing is having each person who goes through the workshop get a piece of clothing with their favorite image printed on it, like a 1 of 1 with this special tag, so that people can scan it and then go buy the gear from our shop.
Cool.
Right? And then we'll give a percentage to the person who created it, and they can own the single NFT for that image. So there's like,
love that.
So you are.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you
I love
need?
it, man. Thank you for
you've been doing entrepreneurial stuff, building businesses for decades now. What do you need from us, or from Brandon specifically?
Or a
from our
question for
listeners?
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just grateful to be here, honestly.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the
Just
visibility
exposure,
thing, like,
connection.
Brandon, like you said, like the marketing piece, admittedly, that's like one of my weaknesses, even though I had a branding company at one point, but branding and marketing are two totally different things.
Yeah.
Right? So marketing is something that we've been talking about a lot. Like, how do we get on social media?
Get on radio.
But really, yeah,
Really,
and
like-
seriously.
Right.
So
We
like,
could do a
And
partnership.
talk about your website called promptingpositivity.com.
yeah,
There you go.
That's a play on
Yeah.
the AI thing, prompting and all that
Yes,
stuff. So yeah,
yes.
prompting positivity. But like, we're
Act
always
as a comic book creator.
Yeah, we're always wanting real people who are like feel like they have a story to tell to come to us, and then it helps people find a purpose.
Oh,
This
it's
is
so
what
great.
happened for me, and
Yeah.
when Tony first called me ever, I asked him like what he wanted to do because I wasn't doing graphic design branding stuff, and he wanted to do a graphic design job. And he said to me, like, I just want my art and creativity to be a positive impact on my community. And I was like, whatever you need, bro, like, we're in.
Are you working with Cerebral Palsy Association?
No, we're not.
Oh, well, it's about time.
Yeah, no.
Y'all listening? Give us a call.
Yeah, like we've been building it. Like it's been
Yeah.
kind of low key, like I don't want to like overpromise
Yeah.
and underdeliver. So we're at this point of inflection, and so that's the big thing is like scaling is like pause.
Is the big-
All right, what do we do? What works? And what can we do next in a more efficient and effective way?
Any more questions for Brandon? And Brandon, one final thought.
First, any questions?
Oh, I mean, dude, like my question is, can I just give you a call? Like, this is just not enough time, right? To
I
like
know.
actually
It's
get
true.
into it.
I know. We're like, Chris, you got 5 minutes.
Yeah,
we
so
already
like
went
5
over.
to 7 minutes. I mean,
Wait,
my
we
story
already went
takes-
over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's tough to compress
just,
it in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like you said, talking
Yeah.
to people, visibility, anything that like from a marketing standpoint, creative marketing, like I'm always into. But yeah,
I would say this. For one, I'll probably see in person. I know some soon, hopefully, be coming to Rochester.
Sweet.
All
To
right.
meet all the folks. Yes. And secondly, I mean, marketing, there's multiple ways, and I have a whole like formula and system around this. And you're right, branding, marketing's different. But I think for what you're doing, what if you hosted like a big public event beyond a workshop where it's more informational and awareness around a cause, and you could even do like you're showcasing the magazine, have your friend there, bring other people, and have this like an ultimate networking event to show what you're doing.
yeah,
And then you can get people behind it. And then eventually, I mean, I'm a huge advocate of paid advertising because we as humans can only meet so many people one-on-one. And when you can we have every day thousands of dollars in ads going out on video in front of people, and the right people that we're targeting come into our system and we get to meet them. And we're meeting, like I just did it yesterday. We sat in a room with 15 amazing entrepreneurs. And the only reason we were able to find them is we had very targeted paid advertising. And so just imagine if you can get in front of the right people with marketing that you can make an impact on if they see your stuff. And I guess the next question is figure exactly who you want to get in front of. Because once you know exactly who you want to get in front of, exactly who you want to be a part of your world, then you know who to market to.
yeah.
Excellent.
I love that. Who doesn't like a big party? It sounds like
right.
we still
Yeah, let's
Right.
do it.
And
Put
if,
us in.
if anybody is listening and you're like, ooh, this is piquing my interest, reach out to us and we'll get you connected with Chris Cooley. And this is an awesome business idea.
Prompting positivity.
Prompting positively. I knew I botched that.
Thank
you.
Sorry.
Promptingpositivity.com. Type it in today before noon. Check it out. It's amazing stuff.
Thank you.
And to see one of your friends, which you wouldn't even call it a disability, turn into a comic book superhero.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's a superhero.
So cool.
He's the man.
So very
All because
cool.
of a dream.
Yeah. Brandon T. Adams, thanks, man. We'll look for you online too, all right?
You guys.
Appreciate
Thank you.
you.
Thank you. 98.9 The Buzz. It's Spizzano and Sandy.